your iPhone block. I think I found it.
I swear to God, if you have it.
What is that?
This is it, right? It's a block, right?
Yeah, it's a quick charger.
Look,
Just
wait,
dumps
all I'm
100%.
saying
This
is
isn't it?
your socks randomly somehow are in my drawer, and I have this cable.
He has my socks.
I don't know how. You must have put them in
Here's
my
what I
bag
wanna
while
know.
hiking. But how did I get this cord? And like, I have my charger, like the cable for my iPhone. I have. It's just the block. Where did you put it? And why do you have it?
what I wanna
Why do you
know.
just say that I have it? Maybe
Because
you just
Randy
lost
doesn't
it.
have it.
But why would he want it?
I don't know. I'm asking myself the same question. I didn't
What's
want
going
his
on
socks
here?
and cable, but yet he put him in my drawer.
Hey, it's all right. I have one of his keys that I forgot to give him. You can take and just like sneak into his house someday. Go through his drawer.
Is that for the old house though?
No, that's his new one. I forgot to give it back to him.
Next time I'm in town, you guys throw a party.
Hold on. If we're holding people's shit hostage, what am I getting in return for your raincoat and your towel?
Nothing. You fucking
Absolutely
stole that. This
nothing.
is the thing. You guys stole my shit.
I have your wooden mugs, Randy.
You do?
I do. Actually.
Serious?
Not the mugs.
Why do we all have each
Wait.
other's shit?
The fuck's what's going on here?
Nobody has anything from me though. I'm covered.
Oh man.
That's
What the
hilarious.
hell?
That's actually funny.
You didn't even
I
realize
didn't
those
know
mugs
Joe
were
had
gone.
that. I did not. See this thing? I'm tired of this thing. I'm going off the grid. Damn it, I hit the wall.
What a weak ass throw.
I didn't want to
I
do
knew
it.
it would happen.
Aiming for the porg.
I was aiming for the port.
I thought you played baseball.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not a pro or anything.
Oh, no shit.
Speaking
but
of
yeah,
the
that's what we're
porg.
going to be talking about today is kind of the importance of getting yourself off the grid every once in a while. But first, I have an announcement
Oh,
to
boy.
make
This is news to us.
before we start. This is news to you guys.
He's
Oh, no.
pregnant.
Wait, did you get it?
What?
I know. Wait,
Chris knows.
go.
What is
You got it?
My last day at my current job will be September 3rd.
Nice.
Let's
I
go.
knew it.
What's
Yeah.
going on? I'm out of this.
You're out
Bro.
I'm out of the loop.
Yeah, we
here.
don't know what's going on.
I will give you guys more details afterward because it's a lot. I'll say this much. I am basically doing a 180 kind of career change, and I'm going to be working for a railroad.
Yeah, buddy.
Yo.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like trains.
I like
trains.
trains.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some pretty cool stuff, so I'll kind of update the audience on that as it goes, and I'll give you guys more of the details after.
You know you're going to have to film an episode
Neat.
from the train one day.
That's super illegal.
I'm on
Yeah,
a
that's the
train.
point.
But
Duh. It's the train.
yeah, it's the train.
Anyway,
But-
that's
Oh
awesome,
my
dude.
God.
Yeah, I
Dude,
feel like a
yeah.
bad friend because I didn't follow up after you told me you were having an interview, so I apologize.
No, it's okay. I kind of kept it close to the chest, and then everything happened really fast.
Mm.
So
Hell
Well,
yeah.
yes,
and then,
you
and
asked
then once
me-
I found out, I was like, we're gonna be recording in like a day and a half, so
Might as well save
well,
it.
I'll just save it. For,
Why don't we just keep it organic? Why are you trying to hold secrets from the audience? I want to hear it.
Oh, dude, it's so much stuff.
Like
Make it. Just change
Come
the
on,
whole
dog.
episode. to Just
career
that.
change.
All right.
Let's go.
Well, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of different kind of jobs over there. So what I'm gonna basically be starting off doing is kind of like engine mechanic and like track crew, and then they want me to get my conductor certification right away, like ASAP, and then eventually my engineer certification.
Damn, you're gonna be driving a train.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the difference
Nice.
between the conductor and the engineer?
So like the conductor on a passenger train like collects tickets and stuff, but I'm gonna be working with freight.
Mm.
So basically, I'll like be jumping off and like unhooking and hooking cars and stuff like that.
Sick.
And then an engineer like literally drives the train or operates the train.
Oh.
That's dope.
Yeah, dude. Haven't you ever seen Polar Express?
Yeah.
Duh.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things we'll be doing is Polar Express.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh,
dude.
really?
Yeah.
You're going on the ice?
What?
Ice road training, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna go on the ice. We're gonna yeet the train around in circles, and it's gonna be great.
Train drifting.
I wonder if you know. Anyways,
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it was kind of a long time coming, and I kind of realized that, short of going to school for an amount of time that I really wasn't willing to do at this point in my life, I wasn't really going to move forward with my job at all that I currently had. So I was getting ready to kind of look for something else, and this kind of fell into my lap, and just, the different benefits from it make a lot of sense. So I went after it, and I got it, and now we'll be starting that soon.
Important question.
full
New
send.
Is it a pay raise?
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah,
That
buddy.
wasn't just a yes. That was an oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bud.
Yeah.
Is it like a career now?
It very well could be, and that's kind of the plan. That's where I want to go from here with it.
Nice.
Is it
So,
salary or hourly?
I'm
There's a
not
nap.
100% sure. I don't know if they decided exactly how they're gonna do it. They basically told me about like they told me how much I'm gonna be making per hour. So I'm assuming it's hourly, but I know they do run most people's salary, so I don't know if that was just like equivalency or what. But
Nice,
I'll
dude.
find all that out in the coming weeks.
I am happy
Nice.
for you.
Thank
Good
you.
deal.
That's
dude.
awesome.
Hell yeah.
Shock, awe, and surprise, dude. Crazy.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it. That's for sure.
Me neither.
Yeah.
No,
As soon as
nobody at my job was either when I told them.
Ooh.
Later, bitches.
Deuces.
Plus, I know you've liked the railroad since you were a kid.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, 5-year-old me would be shitting a brick right now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. Sick.
But
Well,
and cool thing, my dad used to work there.
nice.
Oh.
Oh, dude.
Like long time ago. 1971 my dad worked there. So
Jeez.
literally 50
50
years.
years
There you
ago.
go.
Oh
There
my
you go.
lord.
You can gossip about the changes with him and everything.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
How old's your dad, bro? Like fucking dirt?
70.
Oh my god.
Did your dad? Wait,
I'm
what
telling
did you
said
say?
that. He's 70.
No
I didn't know
way.
he was 70.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Your
What?
dad is 70?
Yeah.
This is a
I
year
don't
older.
believe it.
Year older than my dad.
Jeez, man.
Oh. You know
Y'all
that
got some
makes Jared
old ass
sad.
parents.
I'm the youngest of 7, man.
Damn.
That makes
yeah,
more
okay.
sense. I'm
That
more
makes a lot
surprised
of
with
sense.
Randy though.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Anyway, off the grid.
Yes.
Off the grid.
Off
Bro,
the
we could have
grid.
done a whole damn episode on this, and you didn't tell us.
Yeah.
Damn.
I want it to
alright.
be organic.
Well,
It could be a whole episode once he
It's
learns
kind of
more
like when I
about
shave
it.
my beard.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. Well, all right. That's cool, because you know what? I found out we could take the train out to Glacier National Park, where we went off the grid. Look at that transition. Did it. I'm it's like magic. Magic. Back off the grid.
Salt Bay.
It was one of the coolest things going off the grid. There's so many benefits to it. You know, not using your phone. Oh, by the way, thanks Randy Squire for the not handoff, but appreciate you. Yeah. So going off the grid is something that I feel everybody needs to do for their mental health way more often. Because we've all seen news about social media and how it's not good for you. And, like, if you haven't noticed that, I don't know how you haven't noticed that, but it's not good for you. It's not healthy. You know, the best of everyone's lives constantly jammed down your throat is not good. You don't see what's going on behind the doors, like we've talked about in previous episodes, in our social media episode. So, number 1, social media. No bueno. Number 2, work can't get a hold of you. So guess what? Zero stress. And it's incredible, right, boys?
Unless you're trying to look for a camping spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The circle.
Damn
The circle.
freaking circle, dude. We should have taken a picture of that.
Circle.
Damn. I hate that circle.
Long story short, we got
totally
there
find
late
it on
and they
Google
didn't have
Images.
camping and we looked for like 4 hours.
Yeah. With like zero
Damn.
service. We couldn't use our phones. So something we
And
didn't
off-roading.
do going forward is if you do plan on going off the grid, Google Map something, take a screenshot of it, have a physical map. We didn't do any of that shit.
and know how to use it.
Yeah, we were just kind of winging it, and it almost didn't work. But
The bartender saved us.
the good old barkeep, what a bro.
The old barkeep.
Yeah. So, do it responsibly. It's like drinking. It's nothing like drinking, but have a plan. Have a plan going off the grid because it could bite you in the ass. If you're going to climb, a mountain or something, have a backup plan. Give someone a time you're not back at. Blah blah blah. You know the drill. Howdy.
Or do you?
So, Chris, what's your story about going off the grid? Like, what did you like about it?
Going off the grid for
Why do you do it? How does it help you refresh and everything?
Yeah, man. So, if you guys have listened throughout this whole journey, work really started to get to me. It really, really started to get to me. And I needed to get away from everything. Everything on my phone, all the people I've been around, minus Randy and Rumsey. I just needed to get away. Like, my head was just all this stuff stressing me out, and it wasn't healthy. So I even told these guys, I was like, hey, guys, I don't know if you want to come, but I'm going to Glacier National Park. Like, I'm going camping for a week. And they decided to join. So that was nice to have some company because I'm going to make an Instagram post. So, by the way, follow my Instagram. And you'll
What's
see
the name?
it one day. Oh, I just... That's what that's for.
Links. Some people are just listening.
True. Good point. It's at nomadic_Dougie on Instagram. Give it a
Oh
follow.
yeah, you changed
I
it.
changed it. Dude, I had an epiphany when I was off the
Upon
grid.
group vote.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was just super nice. We talk about meditation, talk about being present. Guess what? You can really do that when you're in the woods, and the only thing you're worried about is what's that noise outside of my campsite at 3 a.m. in the morning. You're not worried about work.
3 a.m. in the morning, huh?
Shut up.
It was
I hate
Randy.
you so much. He's making fun of me. 3 in the morning, or 3
There
a.m.,
it
or
is.
0300. Shut up, Joe. Anyway.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it was awesome. So, like, you're not. I could tell you, I thought about work. I'll be honest with you here. I'll be a little apparent, or what's the word? I'm looking for?
Transparent.
I'll be
I am
apparent.
apparently dumb. Apparently, I'm having a rough time telling the story, and apparently,
Oh my
I've never
God,
done
dude.
live TV before. But no, transparent with you. I thought about work like once or twice, maybe 3 times. But I didn't get stressed out about it because guess what? I looked at the road and looked at all the trees around me, and I breathed in, and it smelled like pine trees and fresh air. It was incredible. And I didn't have service, so even if I did think about it, I couldn't go in and check the app. I couldn't do any of that shit because my phone just wasn't working. And it was great. And for that whole week, there was multiple times where I just lost my phone. I was like, I don't know where my phone is. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'll get it later. And I told you guys, like, that's a great feeling. So clearing my head and just not stressing about anything, it felt so good. That was the longest answer to your question ever. But that's why I love going off the grid.
Yeah. What about you, Randy?
I mean, honestly, I kind of fall into the same boat where Chris did. It was really nice to. I mean, like, I'm not on my social media and stuff a lot already. I kind of made that realization during last year, like when the pandemic was really in full swing and people were kind of going nuts on social media, that it was not a place I wanted to be on a lot. But it was definitely nice in the sense that, like, you're always. I feel like everybody's on call all the time with their job.
Yep.
This is something we've talked about in the past, but I am going to bring it up again now because, you have email, you have text, like your phones are on you 100% of the time. Your shift might end at 5, and at 9:30 at night, your boss calls you and says, "Hey, I need this or I need that." It's like, no, I'm not at work anymore. And that was one of the best parts to me about this vacation was because even though I was 3,000 miles away, there was nothing I could do for them, even if they needed me to. There were times they tried to get a hold of me, and I didn't get that text until hours or even days later when we came in and, got Wi-Fi or got service. And it was kind of like I'd see it and be like, oh, nothing I can do about that now.
Yeah.
And same thing, Chris said it to me, I think, before we started recording. There were a few times where, like, I brought up something from work, like maybe a text I got, and he was just like, shut up, dude. And he was right, because it's like, it's not what it was about. It's not what we were there for.
Yeah. It's that tough love, man.
Yeah, I mean, that to me was a great part of it. Is just like, just to have that disconnect, especially when work is like stressing you out. And like, I don't care who you are for the most part, unless you're like some kind of celebrity or like Instagrammer, everybody's job is stressing them out at some point. So to be able to take like a real complete break from that stress, like a total breakaway where you're not in any way in contact, is really beneficial and really nice.
Yeah, it's literally impossible because you don't have any service. They can't do anything about it.
You have no
It's like-
choice.
yeah, exactly.
Let me tell you.
Just get
let me
to
tell you a little
focus on
story
yourself.
about us with no service, driving 20 something hours in a car together. Oh my God, did it get heated at some points? But
Oh
times.
lordy.
but guess what? It was awesome. Like we all, like we would say shit and we would yell, and then like an hour later, like, sorry, bro, I didn't mean that. We were all best.
Oh
friends.
yeah, and then hit 3 different birds.
We're not
Dang.
Rip to those birds.
Rip.
Can we wait?
No,
Let's all
tangent. No
stop.
bird tangent.
No. Moment of silence
Okay.
for the birds.
Good enough.
Okay, carry on.
Moment of silence for the bird I hit 3 days after I got back.
Oh, no.
Moment of silence.
I-
All right, thank you.
Another one.
Another one.
Yeah.
Anyone else have confessions?
No.
So Jared, what was it like for you? How was your experience out there?
Getting off the grid. For me, I like it because you have all of these daily stressors, and right now my schedule is very full. So taking all of those away helps me focus on the bigger things, and also the things that I should be tending to, but because of how, making the excuse of how busy my life is, I kind of like brush them to the side. That made me realize how disconnected I've been with my family, because, we talked about the social media episode, how we've been trying to get on social media less often, and I've done a really good job at that. However, one thing that social media is good for is connecting with friends and family who you don't see every day. And taking this trip, and I was kind of stressing about not having cell service because I wanted to like get updates and everything, and I already felt bad for not being there. So that made me realize, something bigger in my life that I haven't really been tending to, which is connecting more with my family. So yeah, I'm hoping that this is going to be a good new habit for me to call a different family member every day. Just so I have that at least like once a week, just about, I'm checking up with one of my family members, or like each of my family members. So that's a good thing. And then also time to read. I got a lot of reading time in while we were out there, and that's something, I should try to spirit fingers. I should try to read more before bed, but that's something I haven't been able to do, or not that I haven't been able to do it, but I haven't made time for. So,
Right. So your being off the grid made you want to use your technology more.
It probably showed him that like
The importance.
Yeah.
the importance, like
That's
just
fair.
don't take advantage of like that fact that you can always reach out to people, because in the time that it matters, you might not be able to do that. So
Yeah.
it showed me a better way of using my technology, as opposed, there's a fine line between using it too much
Yep.
and not using it enough.
True.
And that's one of the cases where I wasn't using it enough.
Yeah, it's all about
Yeah.
reflecting. 3 dudes in the woods, just reflecting. It's like a little retreat. Yeah, it's nice. It was so nice. Like waking up. I can't tell you how many laughs we had. Stupid stuff we did.
Yeah.
Just it was
And
it was awesome.
like it helps you. It helped for personally for me. It helps you like appreciate what's right in front of you.
Yes. Yeah.
To a whole nother level.
Yeah.
To a point where you see someone, in the campsite next to you, and you actually start talking to them, and you don't you don't have your phone. You don't like if the conversation stalls or anything. You don't just like look at your phone and open Instagram and stuff. Like you actually really connect with
can't.
that person.
Yeah.
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 If you do, you look like an idiot. You're like, I know you don't have service because I don't have service.
Yeah.
Just looking at the same Instagram post that hasn't updated for 3 days.
Something that happened while we were on the Highline Trail. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I definitely did. There was a point where we stopped, and I know like Chris was taking a lot of pictures and stuff, but there was a bunch of other people also stopped. And the one thing that I thought was really cool about it was everybody was kind of sitting and taking a break, but everyone was just quiet, and they were all just kind of like everybody was just kind of taking in like the pure silence.
Yeah, nobody was on the phone. They were just looking.
They're just sitting
I think
there.
you know where I was talking about, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some good pictures there.
It was I thought it was a really cool moment because it wasn't that even it was just the three of us. Like there was probably 10 other people around, and everybody was just sitting there, and it was dead silent. There was none of that like ambient noise. There was no, airplanes flying over. Just like the typical residential noise you get. It was like actual pure true silence.
Yeah.
Everyone was just in the moment, just experiencing life together without like needing to socialize or worry about anything else. You're just
Yeah, and it was like the coolest thing, and it was like to be able to experience that. It's something that I would say most people don't like. Most people, you live in at least a somewhat residential area. To experience just a true silence like that is, I think, something that a lot of people don't get to do.
Yeah. So how about Joe and Talon? What are your stories about going off the grid? How does it benefit your life?
Real fast, I just want to say I'm really jealous of you guys, honestly, because during the time, like around the time that you guys were gone, I took 2 little vacations, one to Colorado and one to Vegas. Each one of those little vacations, I was not able to disconnect, and it's just because of work and because Bear in the house back home and everything like that. People were giving us updates, or like for work. Oh man, like when I was in Vegas, every single weekday I was getting some message from someone, whether it be like one of like my supervisor or like some of the people that I supervise. It's like both like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday that I was like gone. I was getting messages from like the people like under me. It's like, hey, I'm not gonna be in today, or like, hey, something's going on, like whatever it would be. And I'm just like, ugh. It's like, thanks for reaching out for me, but I'm just like, I really don't want to reply or like think about this. And it just like every single day before I went to bed, I would like check my work messages. Yeah. So honestly, I'm so jealous that you guys were completely able to just connect, because I have not been able to do that.
Yeah, it was so nice, man.
It's truly a reset.
It is. It made me appreciate the life that I have. Like I tell you, like I came back a new man. Like I'm not exaggerating. Like it was awesome. I have direction in my life. Like I know what I want to do now. That's just from 1 week not being in contact with people. Like it was so, imagine if you do it multiple times a year. Like, and that's what I plan on doing. Like I don't want my phone. And I'll let you guys tell your stories before I start rambling off again. So Joey, one thing we all have in common real quick is it's not the best experience ever, but basic training, we don't have our phone for 2 months.
Actually, to be honest, that's the full extent of going off the grid that I've ever had to deal with. For me, it wasn't too big of a deal just because I was always focused on that. Basic training, you don't get free time to really focus on yourself. You're just go. Yep. So I don't really have much experience on that. So I was going to ask you where you guys would like to go next, because, you really didn't want to invite me to this past one. No
what are you talking about? I invited you.
Totally invited you.
I'm kidding.
Asshole.
Wait a second.
What's going on?
No, actually, the reason I didn't go was because I had so much going on in my life, which is ironically the reason why you guys wanted to get away.
Yeah.
And, Jared going through all of his ordeals makes it think like I could have made time, but it's in the past now.
You'll never listen to your wiser older brother, will you?
Well, wise. Wiser? What? Anyway.
Definitely older.
Definitely older. With that being said, is there any place that you guys like want to go in the future?
Yeah. Banff.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
Instantly.
Banff.
Okay.
No service.
Banff.
I got friends there right now. Those bus dudes, Mike and Chris, are
Yeah.
in Banff. Actually, they're in Jasper National Park now, north of Banff. and holy crap,
Where is
does
that?
it look incredible. Can't
Wandering bus
Canada.
dude.
Canada.
Ah,
Yeah,
Nice.
word.
it's speaking of tags. Oh yeah, Wandering Bus Dude Instagram. Go give him a
yes.
follow.
Check him out.
He's awesome. Yeah,
Talon.
go.
So Talon, you know how you said everyone was contacting you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, actually, so I think while you guys were gone, Brandon was here. Our buddy Brandon was back in Delaware, and he's a manager for Enterprise down in Florida. And same exact thing, you know, he came home to visit family, trying to get away, getting texts left and right from his employees or coworkers, and it would not stop. We were trying to play golf, and like his phone is getting blown up all the time.
Yeah, that's
And
It's
so,
terrible. It's really
Yeah.
just like it's like a cultural virus. People just need to understand, hey, I literally took my days off to go do something else.
I'm curious about Talon's experience though.
So I'm not like the nomadic Dougie over here. I'm not a nomad who just goes off the grid or anything like that on purpose.
let's go. I love it. Thanks,
yeah.
buddy.
I'm not. I'm not really a big of a like camper or anything like that. I've been camping probably just a handful of times in my life, and I appreciate it each time that I'd go. But most of the time, like at least in Colorado, a lot of the time, unless you go to like one of the big national parks, you're close enough to a city and you have like cell phone coverage in some way, at least a little bit. But the only time that I really like in recent years that I've not had anything like it is when I was in Thailand and I just didn't have my phone, because like the second day in of like a 2-week trip, my phone got lost, stolen, who knows, I don't know, it was gone, that's all I know. But and like you really appreciate, especially like when you're in another foreign country, one, just like what Chris was saying, like for example, like you don't have stuff like maps, especially if you don't have service or if you don't have a phone in general. It's really hard to get around, especially when you're in another country and people don't speak your language very well. It's very hard to communicate. It's hard to figure out where you're going. It's just hard to do a lot of things. So yeah, you just need like it's nice to have as backup, but like yeah, you really appreciate like you begin just like, especially in another country, like I talk to a lot more people. It's just like instead of calling their version of Uber, I would either call a taxi or like one of the tuk-tuks on the street. What?
What a funny word.
Tuk-tuk. And like honestly, stuff like that's just fun in general, just talking to people. And like then like at that time too, I also learned how to bargain instead of just like I said, using the Uber app. It's just like, oh, it's only gonna be like 300 baht, or like $3 or whatever. It would be like $1.50, but I would go up to the tuk-tuk and I'd be like, hey, take me here and I'll give you like 100 baht. And they're like, no, 200. I'm like, okay, fine, 100. Just like keep it the same. And like you just learn how to communicate and like how people like react and everything too. You just learn those little things about people that you just wouldn't really think about before. And just like walking to like especially like the Buddhist temples and everything like that, I wasn't focused on taking pictures of like the pretty gold buildings or anything like that. I was just like walking through it and I was just talking to like the other people from other countries and stuff. And it was just kind of neat. It kind of sucked. It was really weird not having a phone, especially because I did want to take pictures of like everything that I saw. But and there was 3 people in our group. Only one of them, after I lost my phone, had service. And it was hard to walk around and just get around and everything. But I honestly appreciated it, and I didn't realize how much time, like how attached I was to my phone. I mean, everyone I bet has had that time where like they go into work or they go somewhere and they're like, my phone's not in my pocket. And like it literally causes so many people like anxiety when they think about that. It's like, my phone's not in my pocket. People really get anxious from it. And at that point, like you have to realize like you shouldn't be so attached to the things that connect you to the world. Just be in the moment, no matter where you are.
Yeah, and it requires you to use more brain power, right? And to be more social, especially in a different country.
Yeah, you really have to talk to people. You can't just like pull out like Google Translate and just like figure it out. You actually just have to talk. Like you have to somehow figure out how to communicate with someone.
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much.
Guess what we got to do, boys, while we were in Glacier.
Oh,
After our
yeah.
one big hike.
Wait, after what?
After our one big hike, what did we have to do to get back
don't
to
know.
the car?
Oh yeah, we had to hitchhike.
Oh,
This is the type of trip,
Yeah.
bro.
Really?
This was the trip of a life. I'm telling you, just opened your eyes, bro. So we park. COVID ruined the whole shuttle system at the park. It's terrible. So you have to reserve it, or you hitchhike. And so like, fuck it, boys. I've never hitchhiked before. Let's do it. Let's do something new.
The first car that went by picked us up.
Yeah.
No, you guys don't look sketchy or anything, so I'm not even
No, I
gonna
didn't
Probably
have-
lie.
I
smelled
didn't
like
have an
garbage,
axe in my
though.
backpack or anything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Hitchhiking is one of those things I've always wanted, like the confidence to just do,
Yeah.
like wherever I am. I just because like people are always so afraid of other people, like strangers and everything. I mean, for good reason, but man, like half the times as people living their day-to-day lives, like if I saw a hitchhiker and they genuinely like needed a ride, I'd do it. So it's just like I don't know. I've always wanted to just do it, especially like in a foreign country. Imagine traveling an entire country,
Dude,
just
what I
hitchhiking or
wanna-
something.
that's
That's
like-
a goal right there.
Yeah, that's what
Dude.
I want to do that stuff, and like that's the thing. You said it is like not having your phone like that. You don't have a safety net, so you're living your life like you have to talk to someone. You have to hitchhike. You know, it's like, well, use your judgment. Like human instinct, you'll be fine. Like don't get in the car with some guy who looks like Randy, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. I think you described it perfectly. Like
Yeah,
stuff
Randy.
like your phone, it's a safety net.
Dick.
Yeah, Randy, you described it perfectly. But yeah, your phone's just a safety net, and like taking that away, it's just you in the world.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah, you grow so much. Like you find out what you're capable of. You know, we didn't know the weather. We didn't know.
Oh yeah.
We didn't
Sleeping
know
in
how
the-
long.
Randy
the,
decides to sleep in the hammock and it rains.
yeah, we didn't know how
Yeah.
long the hikes were. We didn't know anything. We didn't even know how to
It's-
get to the hikes until we talked to people.
It
Yeah.
sparks creativity too.
Yeah, it really does.
We had to read maps
Yeah.
more than once.
I'm gonna put the picture up of when we told Jared to take a picture of the map. Here you go. Enjoy.
And you have to appreciate too. Not only did you guys not have your phones or anything like that, you're also just like like thousands of miles away from like where you like live. So
3,000 for me.
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
exactly. You're completely out of your comfort zone.
I loved it. I've never been more comfortable in my life, though. It was the weirdest thing.
You're in your comfort
Yeah.
zone.
It was fun. Like, it was stressful at times, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we just it makes you accept what it is, like what life is. Like the damn circle. You know, there was a point where, like, you know what?
Circle.
It sucks, but we're sleeping at the circle. and,
Embrace
like,
the suck.
Yep.
The circle controls your life.
Embrace the suck could be like a possible slogan for that trip. But we
Actually have
embraced the
that on my
suck and it
hat now.
became awesome.
Yeah. It was so much fun.
Well, yeah. I mean, the trip. So the trip started off like down here. We were all like mad and fighting, and like we were hungry and tired, and we were
Didn't know
looking
where we
for
were
a
gonna
parking.
sleep.
Yeah, for a camping spot. And then the trip just kept on getting better and better and better.
One thing you need to take into consideration if you're going to do something and like take a trip where you're going to go off the grid is that you are off the grid. Like where we were, we had no service. Like we would have to drive places to go get service. So that's something that you need to consider is that if there's things going on in your life or other people's lives that are important to you, you're not going to be able to be present. You're not going to be able to check in. So that was one thing I know that I kind of had a hard time with. So what about you boys?
Well, I can't think of any other negatives.
Yeah, I'm sure that was
The one other positive I did think of was creativity. Just because you don't have all these external, like, you know, we're bombarded with all this external stimuli of Facebook, Instagram, everyone's lives, everyone's highlight reels just being thrown into our faces, and we just eat it up. It's in our brain. We just want to see what everyone's doing, and like not having that connection there,
Yes.
it really helps just spark creativity and kind of opens the mind up. And
You just sparked my
what
memory.
would you have?
You
what did you
sparked
have,
my
Chris?
memory, Jared Rumsey.
Organically.
Organically. Yeah. So, two big talking points to what you just said. Number one, without all that stimuli, we would just chill. It was so nice, right? And we were like, you know what? Feels nice out. To the lake. And
To the lake.
yes. So we
To the lake.
we would all just walk. We just walked to the lake, and it was like, "Hey boys, want to just go to the lake? Want to go skip rocks or something?" Yeah, like we had nothing to do.
Yeah.
Like, and it was the most holistic experience ever. Like, just three dudes skipping rocks on a Tuesday night. It was, and it was just like I've never been more present in my life. Like, there wasn't a time crunch. Or, hey, dude, we got to stop skipping rocks. Like, we got to go eat dinner. We got to go do this. There was nothing. It was like you could stay out as long as you wanted to. It was like a kid again during summertime. It was like you could do whatever you want, man. And it was awesome.
We took some sweet pics.
Took awesome pictures. So
Yeah.
another thing I want to talk about is going off the grid. Like, I did not use my phone very much. I still had my phone with me, solely for the picture aspect of things. And
Yeah,
I
me too.
honestly didn't use it that much because I had my camera. So my whole goal of that trip was to use my camera and not my phone. Anytime I wanted to reach for my phone to take a picture, I told myself, don't do that because you're going to regret it. So use your camera. It's way better quality. And, I mean, if you guys follow my Instagram, you'll see it. Yeah, it was awesome. But the biggest takeaway Jared just mentioned was not keeping up, like not being bombarded with all this information. And it made me realize that why the hell do I have Snapchat? Why do I have this social media platform that does absolutely nothing for me?
Yeah, you deleted it, right?
It, man. And I re-downloaded it for like a day or two here and there, and I just re-deleted it again. Like, it's for good gone. It just made me realize, like, I don't need to send a picture of this burger I'm eating to you guys. I don't need to send a picture
Thank
of
God.
a selfie. Like, it,
Finally.
you guys. But I don't want to receive that from other people too. Yeah, people send you pictures just their face, and it genuinely gets me upset. Like, what is the context here? What was the purpose of this?
Yep.
Like, you just made me open my phone for absolutely nothing.
Like streaks. It's like,
Yeah.
what? No.
No, so I deleted it. So it's just gone, and it's just a better life. Like, I told my parents and everyone who asked me, like, why would you delete Snapchat? Like, I'm just curious. Like, because it's like you form these pseudo relationships with people. Like, there's a barrier. You guarantee you have like tons of friends on Snapchat. They're like, oh, I really don't care about that guy. Like, why? Why do you have on Snapchat? Why do you have Snapchat?
Yeah, and Snapchat's all filtered, right?
Yeah, like, it's so stupid to me. So I deleted it. I let people know I was deleting it, and I got numbers and phone numbers and like anything. I was like, text me if you want to keep in contact. Text me, and it's just an experience, man. It's like, cool. Now I have this relationship with people where I can call them or they text me, and it's more meaningful, and it's not just like a picture of your face just to give me a picture of your face. Like, I have no idea what the hell that is about, but yeah. So it really opened my mind, man. It was just like, I don't need this shit, and I don't want it. And that was the biggest thing, is going from not needing it to not wanting it either. I've got to the point where I don't want people to know what I'm doing. Like, it's not important. I want people to call me and say, hey, what have you done this past week? And then I can go. Like, I don't want people knowing my daily life. I don't want to know other people's daily lives. Like, I would way rather call someone, tell me about your past 3 days. Tell me about your week. Like, what's new with you? How are you? Like, let's go get a beer. Let's talk about it. Instead of,
Yeah.
oh, hey, this is my cat. Or this is my foot. This is my face.
Yeah.
It looks like my
And
foot.
call. Keyword, call. Don't
Yeah,
text.
yeah.
I'm going to switch gears a little bit because I did just think of a question because we're talking about Snapchat and everything, and it made me think about how before bed at night, I always look at my phone for a little while. And that changed when we went camping. So I'm curious, how did you boys sleep while we were camping?
You want the honest answer? Like, shit.
Oh, really?
I get where you're getting at, and I'm with you. The first couple nights, like, shit. But but then, like, once we got to be like more active and I like got more comfortable, like in the
I'll tell you what it
sleeping
was.
bag
It
and
was sleep with
everything, I
Randy the
slept
first few
amazing.
nights.
Why?
Does he
What did
snore?
he do?
Come on, tell us. Does he snore?
No, it was just
No,
it was,
that motherfucker
Oh.
snored more than anybody.
You
you
did.
had to sleep in the tent with me one night. I
Yeah.
slept with Jared the rest
I
of the
know
time.
that's what it was. You slept with me, and you're like, "This sucked," and then you cuddled up with Jared the rest of the time, and then you magically slept better. Oh, who would have
Oh
thought?
yeah,
Everyone.
those
was
big
I-
muscles made me feel really sick.
Dude, I slept great
Really?
because
I know you did.
Nice.
You
Not
punched me
having-
in the fucking ribs.
He's a werewolf. He just.
Yeah, I wake up to.
it was a full moon. Okay, I I
He
try to
controlled
control myself.
himself. You're lucky you
Yeah.
woke up with just bruises.
Yeah, I know. God.
No, it honestly was very nice though. Like sleeping, like just not having your phone. Like when we went to bed, I here's something. I fell asleep a lot quicker, because there was nothing on my mind. So that was very nice. The quality of sleep that I got was trash because I was sleeping on rocks, but
Yeah.
it was still really nice. Like I would way rather do that. I would rather give up my phone and give up this comfortable bed right here and go sleep on the rocks all over again. Like it was just so much fun. Like you wake up with the sun.
Is there anything on this trip that you guys would have changed?
No.
No.
No?
Nothing.
Just
Maybe-
perfect the way it was.
Maybe the first night.
It was
Okay.
an experience, so no.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't change anything.
Actually, but
Sick.
real quick, Jared, to speak to the point you were making. So
Yeah.
when we came back, when I got home, I would say probably the first week, I didn't really look at my phone before bed, and I slept amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first week, I
Yeah.
slept like 8 hours, like straight through the night, like great sleep.
Yeah, me
and I
too.
noticed, like, gradually I started kind of using my phone a little bit more again before bed, and now I'm sleeping like shit again.
Same.
Oh no.
Same.
So I think that's
Uh,
definitely something I need to change back to, is like put the phone down a lot sooner before I go to bed.
Going off the grid, that means no service, no Wi-Fi, just not being in contact with anybody, minus the immediate people around you. It's super beneficial. I recommend you do it, but as Randy brought up, there are some points you want to, have planned. You want a map, number one. You want to tell people when and where you're going to be. Just have some backup plans, but it is the best thing to do because it really, you live in the moment. There's no stress. There's no outside, what's the word I'm looking for?
Stimuli.
Stimuli. Yeah, that's it. It's awesome. So you're just living your life. You enjoy everything, and it's a good time.
Consider this: going off the grid. Get on Audible beforehand. Download some books so you have them. And then, actually, step before. Check the link down below in the description for Audible, free for 30 days. Download some books, then go off the grid. Then you can listen to books while you're off the grid.
In your hammock,
Yeah.
looking up at the beautiful night sky as comets go by. I didn't even mean to rhyme, but I could probably do it any time.
I mean, if you're on a long car ride and you're tired of losing your Spotify connection with Spotty service, just download the
listening to
Audible
Chris.
book and you can listen to it the whole time without interruptions. Going on a 14-mile hike? Well, download an Audible book. And in case you
Listen
didn't
to our
know,
podcast.
you can also download Lessons Learned podcast episodes. All right, y'all. This has been Lessons Learned. Back from our vacation. Hey, we're almost at a year. So we're going to have some special episodes coming out. And now that we're back on the grid, we have a plan for posting regularly. And they're going to hold me to this now that I have time. And, yeah, check out our episodes in the description. There's a link there to all of our episodes. And tell all your friends. And, yeah, this has been it. I can't talk anymore. So this is it. We're going to say bye. And check it out and follow our social media. All right. Peace out, y'all.
See ya.